Alright, so now that you know how to bunny hop in manual, I would probably say the next really big thing to learn would be how to air quarters. Airing quarters is just one of the most fun things to do on a bike, and it's just like you're flying and kind of like surfing on land, and it's really an unmatched feeling, just like going straight up out of a quarter and coming back down nose first and pumping smooth out of it and like coming out with more speed than you came in with. It's pretty fun. Some people think it's like a little bit less scary to learn 180s on flat ground first, because like then you're confident and you know you can spin. But honestly, I would say it's a lot easier to just like 180 on a quarter pipe first. It kind of gives you some air time. You don't have to get the full spin because you're kind of landing on like a downward bank. I would definitely say start off learning 180s on a quarter pipe before you try doing them on flat ground or even out of a fly out. Kind of like helps you get your spinning bearings and like see where you need to position your weight, all that good stuff. So when you're first starting out, it's kind of going to be natural to like stay lower on the quarter pipe. It's a lot less scary, much less intimidating. But honestly, the higher you go on the quarter, the less weight you kind of have to move around because you're like falling further and the more like air time you have, so it's easier to spin. So the higher you go, the better, and the easier it's going to be to spin. As scary as that might sound, it's just like a little fear you kind of got to get over. The higher you go, the easier it'll be. So I'd say probably start off maybe like a foot below coping or something like that, just kind of like getting the feel for the spin. And once you're kind of comfortable getting that spin in, that like kind of carvy spin, you can kind of like start bonking your front tire on the coping. And then once your front tire starts getting over, like it's like terrifying because your head's over the coping and it feels like you're above the quarter. But the more you do it, like the less scary it's gonna seem and the more it's gonna like really feel like second nature. All right, before you actually start trying to air the quarter, it's probably a good idea to get like a few carves in to see like how it feels and kind of like how to spin around and come out the other direction. So definitely carve around in your little half pipe or wherever you're trying this for a little while before you actually try to 180. All right, so once your front tire starts popping over the coping, you can kind of like focus on the back one. Basically what you're gonna wanna do is like once you get to the top of the quarter pipe is do like a slight bunny hop. Not too hard, but not too gentle either, so you don't like fly over and case the coping. The amount you bunny hop is gonna depend on like what quarter it is. Like the more mellow it is, the harder you're gonna have to hop, and the steeper it is, like sometimes you don't have to hop at all. And what you're gonna wanna do is kind of like twist your shoulder over, like look over your shoulder and kind of spot your landing. And honestly, if you just turn your head, you're gonna start going back into the quarter pipe in the direction you want. All right, so once you kind of get like the airing down in the quarter, it's like time to perfect it and really like kind of start gaining speed so you can link different lines together in parks and just like maintain your speed throughout a run. The biggest thing with maintaining your speed and getting a good pump out of the quarter is landing front tire heavy. It's gonna allow you to like kind of kick your back end down so you can really like fly out of the quarter and get a lot more speed than you came in with. And that's really the biggest thing with pumping. So you're gonna come out of the quarter, hit the front tire on the coping, hit the back tire on the coping, hop a little bit. Once your back tire hits the coping, it'll send you back into the quarter when you look over your shoulder. Land a little bit front tire heavy and kind of give it that nice leg pump. Another thing with BMX is like you think that you can teach it or somebody can like teach you how to do something, and really you just have to like get out there and practice and try to do it so you can get a feel for the ramp and your bike, and the more time you spend on your bike, the easier everything is going to get. So again, the biggest thing with learning how to air a quarter is going out and trying to air quarters.